Hello and thank you for joining RasPiPkr tutorials channel. I'm Martin Parker, and in this video we're going to be looking at my main section of my heating menu. There will be another menu for the program area, but in this video I'm going to be concentrating on creating the back, the +1 hour heating and the program buttons. So this is mainly to do with GIMP rather than programming. Depending on the time, I may create these two buttons as well. The heating temp set temperature area is mainly going to be digits, so that doesn't necessarily need to have a background or a layout to it. And same for the upstairs temperature and the downstairs, because I'm going to have sensors on the landing and one in the living room. So looking at my layout, I want a maximum width and height for this button, and this button and this button to be 150. So that will give me a nice bit of spacing around them. So, and just like my heating and the security buttons, I had a transparent border of 5 pixels. So I will do that as well. So I'm just going to open up the button background that I did for my heating and the security button. So this is obviously too big. This is 350 pixels wide and high. So first of all, I want to put these two layers into one. So I'm going to right click on that layer, merge down, so it's now just one layer. And I'm going to click on alpha to selection, so it's all selected. I want to click on the scaling tool, click in here, and then I want to keep that 5 pixel gap around it. So it's going to be a maximum of 140 wide. So let's get rid of that. Click this box, and it's changed it for me because this has the link selection. Click scale, that's the button part done. So I'm going to anchor that down, so that's sorted. So that is all one layer now. And what I want to do now is to click on image, canvas size, and change that to 150 to allow for them extra border pixels. So that's that. Click on resize, and again, and that's the layout. The button layout for the back, +1 hour and program. Next I'm going to alpha to selection, and I'm going to no, I'm not. I want to select none. I want to make this so it's a bit bigger. So let's get it there. Let's get it in the middle. Solid. Right, so I want to basically just add text to this button. So I'm going to click on the text. I've got a black foreground colour set, so that's good. I'm just going to click anywhere, doesn't matter because I'm going to align it after. So I'm going to enter the text back, and then what I want to do is click the alignment tool and click somewhere in that text box, which creates these dots around it. And if I click center and then middle of up and down, that's now in the middle. So that's my back button done. So now I need to save that button. So I'm going to click File, Export As, and that's the previous setting on the desktop where my other buttons are. So this is going to be back_btn. Click Enter, click Export, and that's my back button created. So now I'm going to do the +1 hour. So click the text, highlight all the text, and enter the text, +1 hour. And then I want to click the alignment tool, make sure it is in the middle. So it should be up and down the same position. but left and right may slightly change, as it did. It's a good job that I've checked that, otherwise it would be out. So now I just need to click File, Export As, and then plus what I'll do for that button, click Enter, and click Export. That's that button done. Click the Text tool, click on the text, highlight it all, enter the new text, and click the Alignment tool, click in the box, and it should just need the left and right again. It's just slightly moved, and now I need to export as, and this is going to be the program button. Click export or enter, click export again, and that's my 3 buttons created. Continue from creating our buttons for our heating layout. As you can see, I've got the back button, the 1+ hour button, and the program button, but I want to have increase the temperature before the heating turns on. So I'm just going to create them 2 buttons now, and I'm going to open the software GIMP. And just like before, we're going to get hold of the default button that I created for the main menu buttons, which is there. So there it is. And just like before, when I created the back button, etc., I need to create these to be 1 layer. So I will merge down that, so that is now 1 layer. And what I want to do is I want to scale this now. So I need to right click on the layer. I want to alpha to selection. So I've got this all highlighted, and I want to click on the scale and then click on the actual area that I'm going to change, and that wants to be a 140 wide, and I want the bottom to be 200. So I'll change that to that, click scale, and that's the button. So I've got the nice rounded edges, and it looks alright, jolly good. And I'm going to anchor that layer down so it's all part of it, and then I'm going to change the canvas size. So I'm going to click on Image, Canvas Size, let's get rid of that, I don't know why that was there, and I'm going to change this to be 150 wide, and this wants to be 210. So if I click resize and resize again, there we go. So we've got our 5 pixel gap top, bottom, left and right hand side. So now what I want to do is I'm just going to zoom in slightly. Let's get that full screen, get that to be full screen, and increase that. So that's better. So I've got a nice crisper edge. You're not going to notice any slight blurriness to this because it's got a black background anyhow, so it will look quite crisp on the display. But we will see at a later date, but it should be fine. Right, first of all, I want to add the text. So I'm going to click on the text icon, and I'm going to click in the box, and I'm going to enter the text. So I want this one to be the plus, and if I press enter, temp, so that's going to be that button, and I then going to click on the alignment tool and then click that text box, so it's got it is highlighted. I want to get that left and right center position because I just clicked anywhere in there, and then I want to have it in the middle on the top and bottom. So if that's bang in the middle, happy with that. Super. So now I want to export this as a PNG. I want it on my desktop, so I'm happy with that. And I want this to be my plus underscore temp underscore btn button. Press enter and then click export, and that's that done. So now I want to change the plus sign to be a minus, and just in case, I know it shouldn't matter, but just in case you are doing your own buttons or whatever text you're doing, it's a good idea to click on your alignment tool and just make sure that it's not made a slight change, because if I'd have changed my temp, obviously that would be the width of the text box changed. So just as a precautionary measure, I did the alignment tool there. So click export as, and this isn't going to be the plus, this will be the minus. Temp button, click export and export again, and there we go. I've created my two temperature up and down buttons, and that's all this video is pretty much for. I'm not going to save the changes to my default button, so I've got that as a later date. And there we go. So if I bring these two buttons up, got a nice edging, decent looking button for the plus. It's not gone to the right one. Let's go to that one, and there's the temperature down button, or minus temperature. Okay, that's it for this video. Thank you for watching, and catch you in the next one. Bye.